Professor and Higher Ground Creative Director, Nicole Garneau of Disputanta, Kentucky, is the Artist in Residence, partnering with Arts for Everybody, the Clover Folk Clinic, and the Harlan County Fiscal Court. Higher Ground works to integrate the arts into rural health care delivery. And I would love to introduce you all to Kate Handzlik with a word about our show.
All right, Kate!
Hi everyone, thank you so much. That was most of my curtain speech, which is very exciting. But I do want to give a slight content warning that there will be an explosion sound effect that will take place about 10 minutes into the show. And then we will talk about the Scotia mine disaster of 1976 that killed about 26 coal miners in our community. But Higher Ground, all of these stories that you're about to see are real, they have happened. And what we do shows by our community, for our community, and from our community. So I hope you enjoy Higher Ground 10, Angels Unaware.
I'm from cooked onions laid on a chest cold.
I'm from liquor and tea served boiling to cut the snot.
I'm from a brown paper bag over a sprained ankle with a dash of vinegar.
I'm from Mama's cigarette smoke blown into an earache.
I'm from rubbing jewel weed on poison ivy.
And I'm from the power of prayer.
Amen. And I'm from going down to the clinic to see old Doc Sparkler when all else fails. Oh, doctor, I got a pain in my soul. I need to sort it out and lay it down and come back home. Oh, doctor, doctor, don't you know I need to heal my soul. I need to sort it out and lay it down, it's out of control. Lay it on the table and I'll take all your pain. Oh, won't you give me all your troubles and I'll take it away. Lay it on the table and I'll take all your pain. Oh, won't you give me all your troubles and I'll take it away. Got a pain, I got a pain, I got a pain in my soul. I got a pain, I got a pain, I got a pain in my soul. I got a pain, oh doctor, I got a pain in my soul. I need to sort it out and lay it down and come back home. Oh doctor, doctor, don't you know I need to heal my soul. I need to sort it out and lay it down, it's out of control. Lay it on the table and I'll take all your pain. Oh, won't you give me all your troubles and I'll take it away. Lay it on the table and I'll take all your pain. Oh, won't you give me all your troubles and I'll take it away. Oh, buddy, I cannot get these new teeth to set right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I used to have a good pair of fitting teeth.
Yeah.
Except they wasn't mine. You see, my wife packed me an apple one day, and I left my teeth at home. So I asked my buddy if I could borrow his. Man, he has some good fitting teeth. I used to borrow them suckers all the time.
I know, it's hard to keep a good set of teeth now. I was working for CXS, I was driving a train. I think it was just past Lawrence, coming up on Bull. I leaned my head out the window. I was going through a curve. There goes my teeth out of my mouth. We like to never found them suckers.
I lost my teeth once. Turns out the dog carried them into the backyard. Came running in the house, smiling all big. Teeth looked like they were Teddy Roosevelt.
Who are you in here? Who are you in here to see, buddy?
I tell you what, I'm here to see Dr. Sparkler.
That's a good doctor right there.
Yeah, she's a good doctor.
What about you? Who are you here to see?
Oh, nobody. I just like sitting in the doctor's office, speaking with the people, catching up on what I'm reading.
My best friend Emma Jean hated snakes. She'd kill anything even looked like a snake. She ruined the best water hose I ever had when I was in July. It was one of those as seen on TV kind of things that start out all scrunched up, and when you turn on the water, you know, they start puffing up and everything. Well, I decided to water my zinnias, so I went behind the house, and I turned the water on, and the hose started puffing up. And don't you know, Emma Jean grabbed a hoe and chopped that thing into 50 bazillion pieces before I could even get around the house to say, Emma Jean, stop! It's a hose, honey. It's a hose. Come on. It's all right. Emma Jean was one tough lady. She raised 11 children, and she worked with me in the mines. Now, on Emma Jean's first day of work at the mines, one of the guys decided to show her how to go into the portal, and he bent over backwards and walked in backwards to the coal mine like he was doing the limbo. And then the next one comes along, bent over backwards like they're doing the limbo. Well, what is Emma Jean supposed to think? It's her first day of work. She bends over backwards, she does the limbo right into the portal of the coal mine, and these guys just fell out laughing. See, that's not normal to walk in backwards to a coal mine. You gotta stoop over forwards when you're walking into a coal mine. But how is Emma Jean supposed to know? And I guess these guys thought they had to be funny.
Well, in the coal mines, you gotta look out for your buddy, no matter who they are.
When Emma Jean and I knew that we would be working together for about a week, we'd plan a big dinner. I'd bring the roast and the potatoes and stuff like that, and Emma Jean would bring her famous coleslaw, Bernita would bring the mashed potatoes, one of the guys would bring a pie. We'd put it right there on the power box that delivered power to the whole mine. I mean, it's about this much space between you and 1,000,000 volts of electricity, but buddy, it kept that food good and warm. We'd get all of our work done, we'd hurry up, get all of our work done, and then we'd get into that dinner and we just eat that stuff up. And then we would sit back for the rest of the night with our pants unbuttoned and just living life.
Emma Jean said she needed 15 years to raise them youngins. She only got 15. They asked me to come to her funeral, say a couple things. Lord knows I have a couple things to say about Emma Jean. But I just couldn't do it. I get too emotional. I don't like people singing like that.
You gotta talk about it, honey, or I'll eat you up inside, like a snake in your belly.
I was in the mine when the blast went off, except I wasn't at the site. I was there that day. They were renovating a new elevator, far back corner, and it sucked up the blast, saved us. You know, I left the mine that day, went home, grabbed my wife, grabbed my newborn son, and we took off north to her family. I swore that day I would never step foot into a mine.
That first blast was in my dad's section, but he wasn't at work that day. He drank real bad, but he usually didn't drink in the morning, except for some reason on this day, he decided to just get up in the morning and start drinking. And then he called in sick to work. And then all of his friends, everyone he worked with, were killed in that first blast. And that tore him up real bad. Dad was an electrician, so they asked for volunteers to go back into the mine, cut off power in places where it was still on, and they had just put their belts on when the second blast went off, right in the place that they were headed. So he came home that night, and he always kept 3 or 4 cases of beer in the freezer in the basement, and he just started hauling up cases of beer and just popping tops. Bringing up cases of beer and popping tops and popping tops and popping tops and popping tops, and pretty soon the entire place was covered in beer. The ceilings, the walls, there was beer everywhere.
I was still up north when I heard about the second explosion. You know, with my wife's family, you see. And that's when I realized it didn't matter if you was on your way to an office job or 600 feet underground. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. So that night, I drove home and I worked 12 hours underground.
When I worked in the mines, every night we walked by one of the places where a bunch of those men were killed. Every night. And then one night they said we were gonna go in. Needed to reset some timbers and build cribs. Of course, before we got in there, we were all like cutting up and joshing and making jokes and everything, but once we stepped into that space, no one said a word. It was like a mausoleum, and there was a smell. And then I saw that there was the lid from a can of potted meat that had gotten blown off and just lodged right in one of the timbers there. We didn't say a word to each other the entire time we were there, just pass me this, pass me that.
I still have nightmares about Scotia. Some nights, I don't even try to sleep. My wife tells me I should talk to somebody. A therapist, a doctor. But what good is that gonna do? It ain't gonna change anything. I'm just gonna die someday anyways.
Loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go.
Now, the road didn't reach up all the way to Miss Agora's house. So me and my buddies and I collected up our coal ashes. We collected buckets and buckets over the next couple of weeks. And we started building up ourselves a road. I'll say like a month or two later, Miss Agora had a heart attack. And so she had to call for the ambulance, and the ambulance couldn't make it all the way up. So me and my buddies, we went all the way up that hill to go collect Miss Agora. And when we came down, she held my hand and patted me, and then she said,
You're my little angel, building me a road of ashes.
I have not always been a good person, but I have done good things that I can be so proud of.
So yes, I trust Astro. And she does make me nervous, of course. I'm just nervous. I didn't used to be. I used to be wild. Me and my husband, we used to throw big parties up there. This was before the Road of Ashes. And we had this party up there one time, and the music was a-playing, and the floor was shaking. And the next thing I know, the floor just collapsed. The living room was in the basement, the floor was all wavy. But the stereo music kept going. I said, God bless them 8 tracks, so we kept dancing. So, yeah, I trust Astro, more or less.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. My little salty dog was a nervous little thing. Eddie just terrified her. I mean, I had to take the dinger off of my messenger because that terrified her. Everything terrified this dog. Except for the song, You Are My Sunshine. So I made up my own lyrics to the song, and I used to sing it to her at night. She'd lay down at the bottom of the bed, and I would just stroke her fur, and I would sing to her. And she would take her little paw, put it up on my cheek. You are my salty, my little salty. You make me wake up when it's time to pee. You'll never know, dog, how much I love you. Salty dog, stay salty always. Salty was almost 18 when she died.
Wow.
And when I took her to the vet, they asked if I wanted them to take care of her body. And I said, no, I want to take her home. And they said that she might lose control of her bowels. And by the time we got home, she was covered. And I said to my daughter, I can't put her in that box like this. See, Astro and them had made her a little doggy casket. So I took her down to the hose and hosed her down and put dishwashing liquid on her, and I blew dry her hair, and I brushed her out, and she looked just perfect. And put her in her box. I'll tell you what, losing Salty just about nearly destroyed me. But then, one day, I was going to the bank, and I pulled up to the ATM, and don't you know, in a yard in town next to the bank, there was a little dog looked exactly like Salty. I mean, it could have been Salty reincarnated. And she just started barking, and it tore me up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes, come on.
Who is this woman in my yard? I don't like the looks of her. She looks like she's getting ready to take my dog. Lord, no. Oh my God. She just picked him up. No. Lord, I got my hand. I need you. I need you to get off my property right now.
Well, I'm on the sidewalk. I'm not on your property. Do you own the sidewalk?
Well, I don't know you. Who are you?
Buddy, I've been living 2 doors down from you for 17 years. Some neighbor you are.
I need you to stop petting him. This is not happening. I'm calling the police.
I'll go ahead and call the police, you old hateful. Oh.
Yes, I need y'all to come over here right away. I had a trespasser.
This used to be a nice town until everyone got so freaking paranoid. Lord have mercy.
Lord, I can hear them two fighting all the way down the block. I said, Miss Sakura, why don't we go to the lady slipper lounge? We'll get into something real nice and fun.
It's okay, baby girl. The bad woman's gone. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll meet you over there. How about that? Okay.
So good seats, everybody. So good seats, everybody. On the mountains, down in the valley. You're gonna reap just what you sow. So by walking, so by talking, so by everything you do. Don't hurt no one, just keep on sowing. You're gonna reap just what you sow.
So,
Astro. skin gets dark. I'd have stomped a mud hole in her behind and walked it dry if I hadn't had my good boots on.
Well, that sounds awfully traumatizing for you.
It was.
Yeah. I have a great solution. Over there in the far back corner, away from everyone, far back, we have this huge punching bag. We call it the Rage Corner. I think you'll like it.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Astro, I don't know what got into that woman. I don't know what got into me. I'm not usually like that. I don't like confrontation.
I know, sweetie, that sounds so traumatizing. But you know, CB, she's really nice, you know, you can get to know her. She loves dogs, you know, always has a kind word to say about them. She's real kind, she's kind of funny too. Ooh, yeah.
That's better. Oh, if it isn't the queen bee of the neighborhood. Oh, Esther, you just let anybody in here, huh?
Absolutely.
She did.
I don't want to get into this here. This is my safe space. But I will say, you should be ashamed of yourself. You did a terrible thing.
Oh, really, queen bee? You got something to say to me? Well, maybe you don't know me. Maybe you don't know what happened to me. Maybe something happened in my life that upset me.
Maybe you don't know me either. Maybe you don't know the hell I went through to get that dog. Maybe you never had anybody killed in your life.
Maybe we should try some macrame.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a try. Okay, here's good. Okay.
Maybe. You never had a husband so old and weak. He'd drive with the car door cracked open most of the time. Scared me every time. Maybe your husband didn't go missing one Thursday night. Maybe you never set out for days in the parking lot in a folding chair while the search team went looking for him in the August heat, searching all over the county. Maybe you never had dreams of snakes in a valley, and then 2 weeks later they found his body in a place called Snake Valley. Shot in the head by the people he trusted enough to let rent the place beside him and drive his car. Maybe you never went into a 7-year-long depression. Boom, tired, all the time, just snapping at people for no reason, cutting people out of your life. Maybe you never thought you were going to be yourself again. Until this little angel found you, this little sweet dog, your angel dog, your little Pepper. She just,
I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
I mean, all I lost was a dog.
It's still a loss.
My little salty dog.
Well, maybe you could come see Pepper sometime. You know, she's got so much energy. Wears me out. I wish I had that kind of energy.
Really?
Really. You gotta start somewhere.
Nobody is promised tomorrow. Nobody is promised tomorrow. You gotta enjoy the little moments. Singing, dancing, you know, even giving someone a ride, taking someone to play when they're sick, praying with somebody. You don't always feel like doing it. I mean, shit, who does? But when you do it, it never fails to lift you up. Just being a part of community. You're right. Come on, Dora. Sometimes you gotta say, I don't wanna go. I got something to do. Even if that something is sitting around doing nothing. Just something to put eggs back into your basket. Wax on, wax off that new car in the driveway, just to make it shine again.
You can't make me doubt it. 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 In my heart. Oh, you can't make me doubt it. 'Cause I'm no too much about it. You can't make me doubt it. In my heart.
Got the love of Jesus. Got the love of Jesus in my heart. Got the love of Jesus. Got the love of Jesus. Got the love of Jesus in my heart. Prayer wheel keeps on turning. Prayer wheel keeps on turning in my heart. Prayer wheel keeps on turning. Prayer wheel keeps on turning. Prayer wheel keeps on turning in my heart.
Bernita and her sister, they were all driving to the union meeting when they got in a huge crash. They did not make it. By the end, she couldn't say a single word, but she did hold the hands of everyone who came to see her that day.
Life is like a vapor.
Koosh.
Let the hungry be fed.
Mm-hmm.
And God's got this.
Amen.
Benny Massey, who taught me that everyone we meet has a world inside of them. I remember you.
S.T. Shimmy, who taught me that feminism can be fun and glittering and fierce and sexy and filthy. I remember you.
You taught me how to move through this world. I remember you.
I don't hate nobody.
I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody in my heart. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody in my heart.
At the end of it, Miss Agor and CB, they pulled me to the side and they said they wanted to go on a little ride for a while. That's exactly what we did. We drove around, we went to the Lady Slipper Lounge. We saw Tubala grooming all of her dogs. We even saw Snaky Dan doing one of his snake shows. And all the kids were dressed up in Halloween costumes. We even went down to Verda, ate chili fries, and we heard the stories of 38 ghosts. And then we saw ourselves. I was there and I was making sorghum. We sat on that ridge until night fell. And let me tell you, it was terrifying. All the worriness and sorrowness that can devil you in this life, the wampus cats and crackets that was there, and all my fears and anxieties was just howling in the night. But then I started seeing a glow over there of a good deed, a glow over here of a good talk, everyone just getting together. And then when two glows got together, they made a baby glow. And in that very moment, something happened with us all, and we just started to sing. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, stranger.
Put your loving hand in mine.
Hello, stranger.
Put your loving hand in mine.